How can you know who you are if you don't know where you came from? That's the question that spurred Herald reporter Rachel Maher to embark on a journey to find the other half of her DNA. Take a look.
I was 8 years old when I was told I was donor conceived. My parents sat my twin sister, my older brother, and me down on their bed and explained how babies were normally made and then how we were made. They showed us 3 pieces of paper with details like eye colour, blue like our dad's. They said he was tall, not like our dad, but he had the same dark hair and olive skin. They pointed out a crucial word, identifiable, and told us one day if we wanted to meet him, we could. I have just received an email from Fertility Associates saying that they've found my donor. My feelings right now, I'm more anxious than I thought I would be, also a lot more excited than I thought I would be. I have just received, minutes ago, my email back for my letter from the guy. Hi Rachel, my name is Wayne and I would like to thank you for reaching out and connecting. When I heard the news that you were searching, I was overwhelmed and very excited. That's something I've always hoped for was finally starting to bear fruit. A little bit about me, I'm a blue-eyed Virgo standing 6'3". That's where my height comes from. I am young and active 64-year-old. Thank you once again for making the first step and I look forward to seeing what the future holds for us all. All the very best, Wayne. I didn't at all think I'd get this emotional, but he just seems like the nicest guy, and it is such a relief to know that half of my genetic makeup sounds like someone who's just so lovely. Oh, I really can't explain this, but I guess I'll leave the video there. Stay tuned. Donor Diaries update. Tomorrow is the big day. There are weird questions that I have. I mean, what do you wear to something like this? How do you do your makeup? What if he doesn't like me? I have this weird kind of thing where I just really want to impress him and him to be impressed by me and the woman I have become. I have arrived at Mission Bay. I am walking to meet my sister and then we're meeting with my brother and then we're gonna walk to the water fountain. Wayne has just messaged saying he's already here, so I kind of hope I don't run into him before I meet up with my siblings, but I don't think I will. I see him.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Rachel's at the desk. Hey, how are you?
Hey Ryan.
What was he like?
Oh, he's so cool, like just beyond my wildest expectations. You know, you never know what you're gonna meet the other side. He is half of my genetics, but he's a complete stranger. One thing I really didn't expect was him to have my exact same eyes. We have the same set teeth, like we look so similar. There are lots of similarities in personality, especially with him and my twin sister. It is absolutely nuts, it's crazy.
I wasn't surprised to hear you say that he was really tall, because you're quite tall.
Yes, indeed. Actually, when we were growing up, so we had the 3 pieces of paper that told us about his, just about basic details on him. And there was an error in that and said he was much shorter than he actually was. And so we were very confused and things, and then it got corrected, and yeah, so he is quite tall.
Wow. So you and your siblings all have the same biological father?
Yes.
And Wayne?
Yeah.
How did it feel? We were seeing images of both of you sitting together. What was that like?
Oh, it's really, really hard to explain. I mean, if you haven't been through that experience, it's very, very hard to describe the mixture of anxiety and excitement. And there was quite a weird bond between us, despite being a perfect stranger. There was definitely some kind of a natural bond that formed almost instantly. I instantly felt comfortable around him. It was, yeah, I don't want to keep on using the word weird and strange, but that's the only words I have right now.
You said in the piece that you were 8 years old when you were told by your parents that a donor had been used. How do you feel ethically about what age a parent should do that?
Yeah, so 8 years old is the recommended age by all the experts. They think it's when you have a fair idea of what biology is and genetics and, you know, mum and dad created you. Any earlier is recommended. You know, they don't really understand it, the concept of genetics and things like that. I don't think you should wait any longer. I'm very pleased and very glad we found out very early on. And so it was just such a natural, normal thing growing up for us.
Do you What was the deal with getting his permission to know who he was, or had he already given that permission? What does the law say about that?
The law is pretty fast and loose. There is different processes. My parents use fertility associates, and they have their own process. So I sent Wayne a letter through them, and then they go through their records and try find him. And then he sends back a letter again to me through them, and then you can decide from there if you want contact, what you want that contact to be. Some people keep it at the letters, a few photos, other people meet like us. And now I have 2 half siblings just floating out there, also conceived using Wayne's sperm. And so if they reach out to fertility associates, they can now meet me if possible.
Do you walk down the street? Because how far away from you did Wayne live? Not far.
So yeah, we grew up in Whangarei, and he was in the Waikato. And we've realised there are several instances where we probably would have been in the same place at the same time. But I truly think, we look too similar. I feel like if I saw him walking down the street, I would have been like, that's
double take.
Yeah.
But same thing with your house siblings, right? Do you walk around kind of looking in crowds?
Well, I in my written piece in the Herald on Sunday, I did write about the dilemmas I faced dating. It's such a terrifying experience. I found out that I had a half brother and a half sister, and so I just looked at what years they were born and exclusively didn't date people born in those years, because that's the only set information that I had.
Or go for short guys. You can't lose.
Can't lose.
So, when you were told when you were 8, did it make you feel different? Did it make you, I don't know, did it burden you in any way, or did it make your childhood feel different? Anything like that?
It wasn't earth-shattering to me at that age. I have a dad. He is like an incredible, incredible dad. We're so close. But it was when I was like 11 that I really started to have questions. I started to have kind of fears of what could be out there, questions of who I am and things like that. And it took a lot of guts, because the reason I've shared this story was when you look up research on other people meeting their sperm donors, it's those horror stories of my dad was a crazed scientist who fathered 500 children, or I accidentally married my half-brother. And so I was really anxious in this process that I might face that same reality. I just wanted to share this story because mine was a really, really positive experience and a mess of journalism about really, really terrible ones.
What would you say to Wayne? Thank you.
Oh, I have thanked him countless times. We're still in touch. We call each other Double D for donor dad and donor daughter. And we email all the time. We have a little group chat with with him and my siblings. It's really cool.
Very cool indeed. Rachel, thanks for sharing. I mean, I know it's your job to write things and be in the media, but thank you for sharing it with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Rachel Maher with us with an incredible story, and one that I'm sure a lot of people at home can relate to.